Gentry has assists, steals, 2 for Stansel as far as leading the numbers goes. And that is about it. So at half, St. Mary's leads 23-13. Clark, St. Mary's seemed to kind of get into a little bit of a groove there in that second quarter. They got to playing a little bit better and were able to get this 10-point lead.
Offensively, they still look a little sluggish. Their defense has picked it up in the second quarter. They got within 12-11, Grangeville did, and then they ran off 11 points to 2 on them to end the second quarter. And what really made the difference is it looked like Coach went into a 2-3 zone near the end of the second quarter, and they didn't see anything inside from that point on.
Yeah.
And they're doing a lot of cross-court passing and hoping to free someone up, and St. Mary's is not biting on it. It's been a really good defense so far by St. Mary's in the second quarter.
I think they were somewhat frustrating Grangeville late, too, because that one three-pointer that I think Aiden Anderson took really was a desperation three, it seemed like, because he was so far outside.
He was a good 6 feet behind that three-point line, it looked like to me.
All right, well, let's take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back with the second half.
See the full line of Yamaha Viking side-by-sides at St. Mary's Son Cycle today. Yamaha Vikings feature true 3- or 6-person cabins, class-leading comfort, huge cargo capacity, proven off-road capability, and real-world tough reliability. Plus, exclusive features like Ultramatic automatic transmission and on-command 4-wheel drive help you conquer the toughest jobs. Visit St. Mary's Son Cycle today. Always protect the environment. Wear your seatbelt, helmet, eye protection, protective clothing. Read the owner's manual and the product warning label before operation.
For all your plumbing needs, call Nick's Plumbing and Heating. With Nick's professional staff, you can be assured of guaranteed quality products, installation, service, and repair of all of your plumbing. So if you have plumbing needs or problems, call the good folks at Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Call 245-5460. That's 245-5460. Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Installation, service, and repair when you need it. Nick's Plumbing and Heating, St. Mary's.
Are your friends and family tired of sleeping with Fido when they visit? Maybe Fido's tired of sleeping with them. Either way, the Pines Motel is there to save the day. With large, spacious rooms, comfortable beds, and even a mini fridge, Fido may get jealous. Save the floor for Fido and call Kevin of the Pines Motel at 245-2545. That's the Pines Motel in St. Mary's. I'm sure your friends and family would appreciate it, and so would Fido.
St. Mary's Realty is a St. Mary's icon. Why? Because they are a team. They work for you. And they've been a team for many years. Whether you are buying your first home, looking for a recreational cabin, or selling your current home, St. Mary's Realty puts their team on it for you. So stop in or give them a call today at 245-4502 and let their team be your team. That's St. Mary's Realty at 726 Main Avenue, St. Mary's.
And we are back just as the timer is running out here on the scoreboard. Teams will switch directions, and I imagine the starting 5 for each team will come back out. It seemed like I don't think Gibson was really in foul trouble. He only had two fouls, and I think Nelson had 2, but it didn't seem like Gibson played a whole lot in the second quarter.
I don't think he did either, to be honest with you, but there's depth on this team that really helps at times, especially on the defensive end.
One of the other freshmen I want to mention that got brought up from JV to finish out the season with the varsity is Tristan Hill. They've also got Jared Badgett and Trace Wicks.
And Tanner has been playing pretty much well too, hasn't he?
Bulldogs will start with the possession. Tori Ebert has it for the Bulldogs up top. They now go right to left over to Blake Shue on the right wing. Now back to the top to Anderson. Stansel almost gets a steal, but is just barely short. Anderson steps into the paint, puts the shot up and good. Lumberjacks back the other way. It's first bucket in quite a while for Grangeville. Ross has the ball up top. Goes to the left side, picks up his dribble, comes back to Stansel, who's up top, gets a screen from Gentry. Now down to Gibson. Gibson to Gentry at the short, right at the free throw line, and Gentry just takes a couple of steps up and puts it up and good. Yeah, he didn't really get any pressure.
Working on a press now, it looks like.
Bringing it through with Shu. He gives to Anderson in the corner, and Anderson loses the ball. And I think he was maybe wanting a foul call as Gibson gave him a nice little bump, but no whistle.
And Eli will be looking for his Oscar later. Not bad, not bad.
And a turnover for the Bulldogs as the Lumberjacks bring it back down the floor. Gibson has it. Left or right wing goes across to Stansel. Now down to the corner to Ross, who goes back out to Bechtel. Now cross court to Gibson. Lumberjacks reset up top as they quickly move the ball around. And it's a lot of movement that's hard to deal with. Nelson or Gentry had the ball slapped back at him as he tried to pass it. It goes out of bounds, last touched by Grangeville. So St. Mary's will inbound from the baseline. I think Nelson thought he might have got fouled. He was looking for a whistle. He didn't get that as he kind of looked around, hoping there was one. St. Mary's does get to keep the possession, though. 6:38 to go in the third. 25-15, Jacks up by 10. Up into Ross at the wing. Now to Nelson or Gentry. Gentry is going to get the benefit of a blocking foul as Dane Lindsley forced him out of bounds along the baseline.
Dane doesn't think he fouls anybody, it looks like.
St. Mary's will inbound from underneath. First foul against the Bulldogs here in the second half. Minute and a half gone in the third. Gibson, I think he was looking for the alley-oop. Gentry didn't know it was coming, but he was able to at least get to it as it went outside. They get it to Ross. Ross is
they did not execute offensively at all.
Ross got his rebound, and Ross gives it to Nelson. And Nelson puts it up and good and gets the foul, or I should say Gentry does.
He wants to go by that, doesn't he? Keep forgetting this.
Gentry 66% from the free throw line, misses that one. The rebound goes to the
First
Bulldogs.
free throw of the game for St. Mary's, and that was in the third quarter. How about that?
Bulldogs have the ball, working it around outside. 27-15, Jacks up by 12. Back to Anderson up top. He's guarded by Stansel, drives the free throw line. The elbow jump shot, no good, but the nice bounce for the Bulldogs as they get the ball is still loose, actually, and I think Ross ends up with it.
He kicked the ball as he was trying to get it the second time, so we'll go to Grangeville.
Well, I'll just give it as I didn't.
It's not anything with this, what it is.
No rebound, just a loose ball. Lumberjacks get the shot up.
He had his shot.
No good by Ebert. Gibson got the rebound. As he's trying to kick it out, he gets fouled. Kind of got undercut a little bit, I guess.
Grangeville calls timeout.
Grangeville's going to take a timeout with 5:51 to go in the third. St. Mary's up 27-15. And we'll be back in 30 seconds.
Wondering how to manage your retirement nest egg? How big should it be when you retire? Contact Jenny Oaks at Gateway Financial Partners to get the answers to these and all your other financial questions. The securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC. With over 30 years of financial planning, give Jenny Oaks a call at Gateway Financial Partners today. The guidance is free. The experience is priceless. Call 245-5255.
And we are back. Tim Parrish, Clark Grogan on the call here in Troy, Idaho. The Lumberjacks taking on the Bulldogs. District tournament action for 2A Central Idaho League. Lumberjacks lead 27-15. And it's Ross bringing the ball across for St. Mary's. All the way to Gibson. Down, they try to feed it inside.
Nice
the ball
steal
is tipped up. Nice steal by the Bulldogs. Bulldogs back the other way. Shu has the ball. Cross-court pass. Anderson now to Ebert. Short corner. Ebert guarded by Nelson. Or Gentry. Still the starting five in for St. Mary's. Ebert has the ball. Now he goes to Anderson. Anderson to the corner. That is to Blake Shu. Blake Shu brings it up to the top for the Bulldogs. Now they go over to Kyle Fry on the left wing. As they work it around the outside right now. Now they're looking in. Nobody really moving much for the Bulldogs.
The zone's bothering them. They're really not in a zone now. They're back into a man.
Jared Lindsley Jared Lindsley and Lefebvre going to check in for the Bulldogs in a moment. Ebert's going to drive the right side, kicks the ball back out to Shu. Shu gets stopped at the paint, and Gibson reaches in there and grabs a hold of the ball.
I think he got his arm more than he got the ball, Tim.
Yeah, they're going to call the foul on Gibson, and I believe that's foul number 3. And Gibson's going to come out after that foul, and we probably won't see him the rest of the third quarter as Grant Pete enters for Gibson. Bulldogs will inbound from underneath. They go up top to Lefebvre. He goes to Blake Shu here on the left side. Now they look over the top to Fry. Oh, a late whistle, but it's probably, Stancil probably got a piece of him, but that is thankfully it's Stancil's first foul of the game. Second team foul in the second half for St. Mary's. Bulldogs will inbound to the corner. 3-point shot on the way. It's high. It's an air ball.
Very well contested by Stancil.
Bulldogs, though, get the rebound.
Stolen away by Bechtel.
Bechtel, though, gets a steal underneath. Bulldogs
Pete brings up the ball.
That's the second air ball by him on 3-point shots. He's
those shots were altered. Yeah,
him.
One of them was well altered, though, by the defense.
Lumberjacks to Stancil. Stancil to Bechtel. Bechtel to the no-look. It was a good idea, but it was a turnover. It wasn't really a steal. He was looking for Nelson coming down the floor, down the paint, and it just got out a little bit wide of Nelson, or Gentry. Blake Shu has the ball up top. Now he goes to Lefebvre, right wing. Gets a screen, goes to the free throw line, and he's trying to look for Caleb Fry cutting from the corner, and it's going to be just a throwaway as it was.
Sands comes in,
out of the reach
and
of everybody.
Gentry's going out.
3:49 to go in the third. (27-15) still the score. Nobody's really scored in a while now for either team. Been a dry spell for both of them. Pete has the ball. Back to Coleman Ross. Now to Sands. Back up the top to Ross. And to Sands. Now to the corner to Stancil. Stancil looks to the free throw line to Bechtel. They go back out to the top again. Pete in the left corner. Pete looks into Stancil. Stancil, nice look to Bechtel, and it's up and good.
Very well executed offense there.
Lumberjacks 29, Bulldogs 15, 3:10 to go in the third. Ebert has the ball up top. Sands coming out and playing some stiff defense on him. Gets it to Anderson. Anderson tries to go to the free throw line, gets backed out by the Lumberjack defense. Again, he tries to penetrate. Nowhere to go. Picks up his dribble now. And now he just flips the ball over to Lindsley. Lindsley's going to trigger a three. It's no good, but the offensive board for the Bulldogs. Another shot is up and no good. Another offensive board, and the Bulldogs reset. I mentioned earlier that the Bulldogs have actually out-rebounded St. Mary's in the games that we've played them, and they've outdone them on the offensive boards, but they haven't been able to make the points off those offensive boards. Ebert working in the right corner. Looks into Caleb Fry. Now back out to Ebert, back to Fry, and Grant Pete a little bit too much on that one, and Grant Pete gets called for the foul. Third team foul. Grant Pete will come out. His first, I believe it was.
It is. And Gentry comes back in. And Renner comes in for Bechtel.
Lumberjacks going big in there then, huh? They got their tall guys on the floor. Bulldogs inbound for the Lumberjack foul. 2:18 to go in the third. Bulldogs slowing it down a little bit. Have it up top to Lefebvre, now to Ebert, working on the right wing. Now he goes to the corner, picks up his dribble, goes to Anderson. Anderson, a long three. Kind of funny on his delivery, and another offensive board. Bulldogs reset. Ebert getting trapped by a couple Lumberjacks against Lefebvre. His three-pointer is good.
That's his second of the game.
29-18. Lumberjacks still have an 11-point lead. Over to Sands. Now back to Ross. Under a minute and a half to go in the third. Now down to and Renner a little bit overthrown there.
It was. Stancil left it way too high.
Stancil and Ross go out.
And we got Gibson and Bechtel back in.
So we see Gibson come back in with 3 fouls here late at the end of the third.
So I guess you were wrong, as was I.
Bulldogs have the ball, 3-pointer, but an offensive foul. They're going to call that one on Caleb Fry.
He created his open shot. You can't do that. Doesn't work.
4th team foul on the Bulldogs. Gibson's going to bring it across for St. Mary's. On the floor for the Lumberjacks is Sands, Gibson, Bechtel, Nelson, or Gentry, and Renner. They go to Bechtel, now back up to Sands. Sands picks up his dribble up top, goes over to Bechtel on the left wing, back to Gibson, now to the corner to Sands, back to Gibson. Gibson looks to go to the free throw line, backs it back out. Inside to Nelson. Oh, Nelson looking for Renner cutting in, and Renner didn't get far enough under. Turnover, St. Mary's. It was a good look, but didn't go where they wanted it. Timeout taken by St. Mary's with under a minute to go in the third. 29-18, Lumberjacks lead. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Why should you stop at 10th Street Superstop? Well, because Kenny's a nice guy. Actually, no. Yes. Never mind. Yes, Kenny is nice, but that's not the reason. You should stop at 10th Street Superstop for all your livestock feeds and pet feed needs. 10th Street Superstop carries all the top brands. Did I mention Kenny's a nice guy? Oh, and they also have a large assortment of snacks and beverages just for you. 10th Street Superstop for all your farm, garden, and hunger needs. And by the way, Kenny's really a nice guy. 10th Street Superstop in St. Mary's.
And we are back. Lumberjacks into a quick timeout. They did take a full timeout. Taking a look at the scoring by the quarter, which I didn't get to do earlier. It's St. Mary's has held Grangeville to single digits in all 3 phases so far. Grangeville had 8 in the first, 5 in the second, and so far 5 in the third. St. Mary's 13 in the first, 10 in the second. Lumberjacks have been held to 6 in the third, as it's been not a whole lot of scoring in this third quarter for either team. St. Mary's, though, still shooting at 44% from the floor. So after the timeout, we still got Sands, Gibson, Gentry, Bechtel, and Renner on the floor. The Bulldogs will inbound. And it's going to be Blake Shue bringing it across. Lumberjacks a little bit of a trap action, but the Bulldogs get it across. Might be more of a fake trap.
That was not a wholehearted trap, if you want to call it that.
Lefebvre has it up top. 30 seconds to
Does
go
stop
in
the
the
clock.
third.
And stop them from setting up a little sooner.
Down to the corner to Kyle Fry. Back to the top to Anderson. Now they look to Lefebvre. Back out to the top now. That is Blake
They are in
Shue.
the zone this time.
Anderson for 3. It's good. 14 seconds. Lumberjacks lead is 8. It's going to be a drive by Gibson. He's going to take a big Euro step and can't get the shot to go. The Bulldogs are going to try to cut it with less time, with only 3 seconds. And that was I think it might have been a shot, but I'm not sure at the buzzer. We'll just leave it where it is, as it's 29-21 Lumberjacks on top going into the final quarter of play. And I'm really surprised that Gibson tried to drive it in so quickly there.
I don't know if he knew what the time awareness was on that, even though the clock was pretty much in front of him to look at. But again, he saw a hole to try to go into. He looked at it and he seized it. Just didn't get anything out of that, though.
All right, we're going to go ahead and take a break. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Fire Chief Larry Nacarado wants to remind you that this time of the year, chimney fires are a common occurrence, but can be prevented. St. Mary's Fire Department wants to remind you that they loan out chimney brushes and rods for free. They do chimney inspections for free and will even come to your house and offer chimney fire prevention training for free. Don't neglect your chimney. Call St. Mary's Fire Department today at 245-5253. That's 245-5253. This public safety message from the St. Mary's Fire Department.
And we are back. Tim Parrish, Clark Grogan here in Troy, Idaho, as the Lumberjacks are taking on the Bulldogs in a fairly close one. Lumberjacks led by about 13 early on, but the Bulldogs have been able to cut it down a bit here in the third, even though it was a slow-scoring third quarter for both teams. Starters back on for St. Mary's, as it's Ross, Bechtel, Gentry, Stansel, and Gibson. Stansel has the ball up top, drives to the left side, goes to the corner to Ross. Ross drives into the paint. Shot is up and no good. Rebound to the Bulldogs. Ebert bringing it down the floor. He drives all the way into the paint, kicks the ball out to Fry. They go back up to the top to Anderson, and they reset. He's going to hand it off to Ebert. Ebert up top for the Bulldogs. Ebert back over to Anderson. Anderson has Gibson. Now they look to feed it over to Fry. Fry back to Anderson. Baseline, loses the handle, but he's able to get the ball back. Lindsley kicks it out to Shue. Shue drives. And he's going to feed the ball. Try to get it to Fry. Nice hustle play by Ross as he gets a hand on it and just can't quite save it in bounds in time to get a steal out of it. Bulldogs will inbound from underneath. Bulldogs have put a couple of drives on, and Lumberjacks have weathered them so far. That shot's going to be blocked by Gentry. Goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Bulldogs. Or last touch by St. Mary's, I should say, as Gentry was the one that swatted it out. Inbound pass to Fry. Fry's shot is short.
It was contested, too.
Ball is loose. Body's rolling around, and I think they called a jump ball. Possession goes to the Bulldogs. Getting physical out there.
A little bit, but they're contesting every ball. Grangeville's keeping themselves in by doing that. They're crashing the board, which always helps.
Up to the top to Ebert. Ebert looks over to Fry. Fry left wing, back up the top to Ebert. Bulldogs slowing it down once again. Now to Anderson, down to the corner to Kyle Fry. Fry goes back up the top to Torrey Ebert. Ebert looks to penetrate. Instead, he goes over to Blake Shue. Now to the opposite corner. Driving is Anderson. The shot's no good. We're going to foul underneath, though. And that's going to be an offensive foul that is going to go against Kyle Fry. And Gibson, it's not really a charge because he wasn't the ball handler that took it, right? It's just an offensive foul.
He's calling he pushed off with his arm is what he did.
Fifth foul against the Bulldogs. St. Mary's will bring it down. 6:20 to go in the fourth. Cross court to Stansel as the Bulldogs were pressing. Now to Bechtel. Bechtel to Gibson. Gibson's going to stutter step, try to drive, and he's going to be fouled as he tries to penetrate. And they're going to get, that was Aiden Anderson with that foul.
That's what I'm thinking.
Checking in for Grangeville is going to be Caleb Fry. St. Mary's will inbound. That's foul number 6 against the Bulldogs. In to Nelson, or to Gentry. Now to Bechtel. Bechtel over to Ross. Ross drives right side, gets a shot kind of up and wild, no good. And he's going to have the rebound go to the Bulldogs, and a foul against St. Mary's as, who was that? That was
Stansel, I think. It's going to be called for it.
Stansel was trying to maybe get a steal and got a more hand than anything. 4 fouls against St. Mary's, only the second one against Stansel. 29-21, almost, 2 minutes gone in this fourth quarter. Nobody scored yet. 29-21 still the score. It's up top to Dane Lindsley. And Bechtel almost gets a steal. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by Bechtel, so the Bulldogs will keep the possession. Bulldogs will inbound from side court. Blake Shue to do that for the Bulldogs. Goes into Ebert, near the backcourt, or near the timeline. Gibson out on Ebert, near the Trojan symbol in the middle of the floor. Now they go to the wing to Blake Shue. Shue to Fry. Cross court to Anderson. Anderson backs it back out to Ebert. Both teams actually playing pretty good defense.
It's a good defensive battle.
Pass out to the corner to Chu, who almost couldn't get it. He's going to drive. Shot is no good. Another offensive rebound. Count the bucket and the foul, though. Foul number 5 against St. Mary's, and that one will go against Bechtel, his second.
And so Fry has a shot at the bonus here after he makes the basket.
Send Fry to the charity stripe, 29-23. Bechtel
goes out and Gentry comes back in. It looks like, no, Bechtel's staying in. Okay. And the free throw is good by Fry. And
going to get another timeout, I think. We get a full timeout taken by the Bulldogs. It's 29-24. St. Mary's leads. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Cold weather is coming and 10th Street Lumber has what you need. From super premium pellets to energy logs and fireplaces, 10th Street Lumber will help you stay warm all winter long. North Idaho energy logs and stove pellets are the best of the best. 100% natural with no chemicals and burn cleaner, hotter, and longer. If you need a new stove, 10th Street Lumber is a proud Kuma stove supplier. Kuma wood stoves are made right here in Idaho and are some of the best on the market. 10th Street Lumber in St. Mary's. Stop by today. Located on 10th and Railroad Avenue in St. Mary's.
And we are back. 30 seconds left in the timeout taken by Grangeville, as Grangeville's not going away.
No, they've been persistent. St. Mary's is not executing well on their offense this quarter, and they've got to get that going. And if it turns us down to the last 2 minutes, Grangeville's going to put the heat on them for them to make free throws.
6 fouls against 6 fouls against Grangeville, 5 for St. Mary's. St. Mary's has not scored in the third quarter, or in the fourth.
I expect both teams to be in the bonus before this is over.
See what we got on the floor. Is there any changes? It looks like it's our starters still for St. Mary's. As Lumberjacks look to get it across, they do. Gibson now has it. Cross court to Ross, far side of the floor. Kind of in a no man's land. Now they go to Stansel. Back out to, trying to get it to Ross, and it's going to be a steal, a turnover by the Lumberjacks. And the Bulldogs inside. Shot is up and good. That's by Jared Lindsley. Now we're going to get a timeout taken by the Lumberjacks, I do believe.
And we've got a close game going now here with 4:44 left in this quarter.
St. Mary's just not really,
that was a very poorly executed offense, and he just anticipated the ball and got it just like he needed to.
Jumped that pass and took it the other way. Nice job by the Bulldogs. Low scoring affair here tonight too, 29-26.
This is what Grangeville needs, is a low scoring affair.
No, you definitely can't let a team like Grangeville hang around. If you're going to put them away, you've got to start fast, get a big lead, and try to maintain it. St. Mary's hasn't been able to do that. The biggest lead at 13 was a pretty good lead, but not quite good enough.
Well, not tonight anyway.
We have, how much time did we say there was left?
4:44 left in this game, if I recall correctly. And so there's still a lot of time left in this for either team to impose their will. And right now, Grangeville's the one doing the imposing at the moment.
5-0 run here in the fourth. Let's see if St. Mary's can do what they did earlier in the game, though. Grangeville would start to reel them in, and St. Mary's would yo-yo back out and retake a lead. But St. Mary's hasn't been able to do that just yet, as Grangeville's been holding them in check. Coleman Ross will have the ball here. St. Mary's needs to answer back with a bucket. The Bulldogs have they led tonight at all?
No. So
they almost did.
They got within one. They got within one.
Within one. They've trailed by as much as 13 and been as close as one. Gibson has the ball. Over to Ross. Back to Gibson. Now they're going to, nope, I thought they might start a weave out front. They did not. So now they look into Nelson. Nelson going to go back out to Gibson. It comes off Lefebvre and out of bounds. This Bulldog defense is being very, very tenacious here.
They're not letting them execute right now. Partly that's their defense doing it.
They're really playing in the face of St. Mary's. Lumberjacks are kind of slowing things down too a little bit here.
Well, they can't afford to do it too much because the 3-point lead is not a lot to be doing that with.
Going to get a three-pointer. It's off the front of the rim by Stansel. Rebound goes to the Bulldogs. Bulldogs will bring it back, looking for a chance to add some more to their, not lead, but to their points total. The ball is going to be almost stripped away by Gibson, but the Bulldogs able to keep it. 3-point shot away by Lefebvre. It's short. Gibson on the rebound. Gibson going to pull up for a quick jumper. His shot won't go. The ball is going to be saved by the Bulldogs. And we're going to get a timeout taken by the Bulldogs as they were getting trapped in the backcourt. 3:22 to go. The Bulldogs are...
They're not going away, and St. Mary's they're forcing a little bit. They're forcing it. They're feeling a little bit of the pressure right now. That's
what I was going to say. They're
here.
almost... They're letting Grangeville take them out of their game somewhat, and they're feeling a little bit of that pressure of trying to force too much at the moment. They've still got a lead. They just need to try to figure out exactly what Grangeville is doing and adjust to it here in the late parts of this fourth quarter. But Grangeville's not making it easy on them.
Oh, no. Let's give Grangeville the credit for what they're doing out there. But St. Mary's is not executing either like they need to. And I can see Coach trying to talk to them and trying to get them to get that part straightened out.
Trying to get them to settle down a little bit, too. Is that whoever comes out with this game is they obviously have the clear advantage with one game up.
It certainly doesn't hurt, that's for sure. You always want to get that first win under your belt. Makes a world of difference. It helped them last year in doing what they did.
Puts a lot of pressure on the team that loses that first game in the second game. 29-26. Lumberjacks showing
a little bit of a trap, I think, is possible at half court. We'll see what happens. They're looking for it, though, Grangeville is.
Ebert brings it across, loses the handle, but he's able to come back up with it. They go to Lindsley, back out to Ebert, and there's going to be a hack by Stansel.
Seems like every loose ball has been going toward Grangeville right now in this quarter. And again, that's a tribute to the hustle on Grangeville's part.
Stansel picks up his third foul. He's going to go out. Grayson Sands comes in. Both teams with 6 fouls now. Bulldogs working, looking inside to Fry. Ball is loose. And I think it's a foul. I think Gibson gets the steal.
He stole it from him, and then, of course, what happens then is Fry got a hold of him. So we're going to be shooting 1-and-1 now.
This is I think it's Gibson's first time to the charity stripe.
Well, nonetheless, we're going to see the free throw line now for both teams.
Oh, not yet for St. Mary's.
Well, the next foul
yet, but
the next foul
it's coming, I think. 2:55. Gibson makes the front end of the 1-and-1. 30-26. It's the first bucket of the second half for St. Mary's, or of the fourth quarter for St. Mary's.
And that was a free throw. Nicely done. Get them both down.
Get a little bit going here. They stretch that lead back out just a little bit. Gives them a little bit of breathing room.
Not a lot yet. Not a lot. 2:48 left in the game.
Grayson Sands, he'll be a little animal out there on defense.
He's pesky.
Bulldogs get it over to Kyle Fry. Now they go to Ebert in the left corner. He's going to drive into the paint, kicks it out to Lefebvre. Lefebvre, a little head fake. Tries to drive, backs back out. Now he looks inside to Fry. Fry's going to spin against Nelson. Shot is no good. Gibson on the rebound. St. Mary's can put a little string together here. They can gain some momentum back. Ross has the ball, goes back up top to Gibson. Gibson over to Bechtel. Bechtel to Ross, now down to Sands. Gibson ends up on his butt in the paint, but nothing going as far as calls. Back out to Bechtel. Bechtel gets an open three. That's going to be I didn't think it was going.
That went off the glass and in. How about that one?
Give Gibson the assist. Lumberjack defense is going to get the ball up in the air, but the ball is still with the Bulldogs, and then we get a foul called as that's just a hustle foul right there, but they're going to get Gibson with his fourth. And actually, for some reason, I'd already given Gibson his fourth. I missed Stancil earlier because I think Stancil has.
He has at least three.
Has Ebert been to the free throw line, Clark?
I don't see here. Let's see.
How come it feels like I scooted over closer to you? I don't know
From what
why.
I can tell, no. And he makes that one.
Ebert makes the free throw, 34-27.
7, yeah.
Timeout now taken by the Bulldogs. 34-27, a minute 45 to go in the fourth. St. Mary's on top. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Winter is here and it's time to get your animals ready for the winter weather. Triple X Feeds in St. Mary's has what you need to keep all your critters comfortable in the cold temperatures. From trough heaters, straw, to insulated horse blankets, your animals large and small need extra attention just like you. So don't forget, while you're stacking your winter firewood, your furry family members need winterizing also. Also, don't forget the wild critters. Triple X Feed has wild bird food, deer feed, and game blocks. See Triple X Feeds in St. Mary's today, because winter ain't gonna wait.
And we are back. That must have been a full timeout that the Bulldogs took. I thought it was only a 30, but a little bit more time up there on the clock after that timeout, after that first commercial ran than I expected to see. 34-27, St. Mary's up by 7. That's not comfortable breathing room, but it's breathing room.
Yeah, that's about the best way to put it. With a minute 45 left in the game and shooting free throws is Grangeville.
The Bulldogs at the free throw line.
They'll be shooting 1-and-1 here.
If they can get it close enough,
And
the
I think
Bulldogs.
Ebert made the first one,
Yeah.
didn't he? So this is the second shot right here.
If the Bulldogs can get it close enough, they won't have to foul quite as early.
I still think they might, especially within the last minute.
Ebert makes both free throws, 34-28, 6-point lead for the Lumberjacks.
Ebert's got that Garner Minshew look to him.
You always can remember who he is pretty easily.
It's that mustache, guys. If you pull
Going to
in
see
there,
a
you look-
press by the Bulldogs and going to get a foul called on Aiden Anderson as Gibson tried to go through him. Gibson kind of smiled at him afterwards. I'm not sure if there was any jawing or if it was just jovial. That is Anderson's fourth. Gibson goes to the charity stripe. This is where these free throws are very important. And he makes the first one. Second free throw is good as well.
nice night to be making free throws for him.
36-28, Lumberjacks lead. Minute and a half to go in the game. Bulldogs working the ball around the top. Going to be driving is Dane Lindsley. Lindsley's foot slipped, no call,
That's
but
all right. Stolen by Ross.
Ross gets the steal. You've seen that foot slide too, though, right?
I sure did.
Maybe it wasn't his pivot foot is what they were saying. I don't know. Bechtel has the ball. Now back up to Sands. Now St. Mary's can kind of play the stall game and get the fouls like that one right there, as Sands will go to the free throw line. Sands 43% on the season from the charity stripe. I think it's his second time there this evening.
It's his second shot tonight, yeah.
And he makes
Wow, be
the
making
front
it in
end.
clutch time here. That's fabulous right there. That's wonderful stuff right there.
Lumberjacks have been shooting quite a bit better from the free throw line as of late here in the season, which is good to see.
It's the time to do it.
That one's good as well.
Now it's 38-28. Grangeville is down
Back
by
out.
10 with a minute 7.
Back out to a 10-point lead. Lumberjacks, that's a little bit more comfortable lead with only a minute left.
A tad. I'll be happy when the buzzer goes off.
Driving is Fry, finds a wide open Kyle Fry, and he puts it up and good inside. Lumberjacks will give him that one. Going to get a foul again there as this foul goes against Kyle Fry.
Kyle's had a nice night. He's got about 16 points for the game for them. That's half
the points. That'll send Coleman Ross to the free throw line. Double bonus time now for the Lumberjacks. Ross,
just when you have to shoot two now. Let's miss out.
It's a good thing it's double bonus.
No, with more pressure, he would have made the first one.
Jared Lindsley comes in. His brother Dane Lindsley goes out.
You sure they're brothers?
Pretty sure. Second free throw is good by Ross. 39-30. Lumberjacks back on defense, driving, giving a little free run. No, they call it.
And he got a technical.
Did you say and a technical to go with it?
He said the magic word, I think.
So Gibson wouldn't have been shooting free throws. It would have just been a possession back to St. Mary's, but now with the technical, St. Mary's will shoot
two free throws
and get the ball. Oh, Gibson lost the touch there. That was Blake Shue with the foul. That is his fourth. Oh, Gibson short arms both of those. Nelson or Gentry goes out for St. Mary's. I'm trying to see who came in.
Stansel's back in.
St. Mary's inbounds, 35 seconds. Ross has the ball. Almost gets a steal from behind, and then it gets into the hands of Gibson, and Caleb Fry gets called for the foul. See if Gibson can rebound from missing those last two. .28 seconds left on the clock, 39-30. Lumberjacks looks like they're going to weather the storm and come out with the win here. Now Gibson has lost that touch.
Yeah.
In the late parts of this one. Misses both free throws.
And a rebound by Stansel. He threw it right away, but Gibson steals it.
Then Gibson steals it right back. And Lumberjacks now, Bulldogs not as aggressive with only 16 seconds left.
They know.
Gibson drives, backs it back out. Up to Sands, now over to Ross. The Lumberjacks will just salt the clock away and nobody's going to contest it here. Lumberjacks weather the storm from the Bulldogs and come away with a 39-30 win here in game one of the district's tournament. Let's go ahead and take a 3-minute break and we'll wrap this thing up here tonight.
Have a home you need to sell? Or are you looking for a place to call home? Then you need to call Mia Sikowski of Timber Realty. Mia is the realtor to see for buying or selling your home. She's always there for you, and your priorities are always important. Experienced in the real estate market, she'll get your desired results, so call today for all your home selling or buying needs at 245-2345. That's 245-2345. Timber Realty on the Main Street in St. Mary's.
Winter is in full force, and Timber Country and the Country Fair invite you in out of the cold to check out their winter sales deals. Need some new winter boots or gloves? How does 20% off sound? Maybe a new jacket? 50% off sounds great. Those deals and more at Timber Country and the Country Fair on Main Street in St. Mary's. There's more than clothes as well. Sports apparel, hunting gear, toys, sleds, and more at the Timber Country and the Country Fair in St. Mary's. Stop by today. Are Are you tired of your wife or girlfriend complaining about your small deck? Wait no longer and call Down Home Construction today and satisfy her needs with a nice new big deck. Are you single and want to throw a party but can't because your tiny deck is holding you back? No worries, Down Home Construction will build you the big deck of your dreams, and all of the single ladies will want to party on it today. Down Home Construction also builds sheds, add-ons, fences, and more with 15 years of experience. Call Down Home Construction today, 208-889-7681. Free quotes, licensed and insured in the state of Idaho. Down Home Construction, 208-889-7681.
There are important moments in your life that you want to remember and be a part of. Moments that you want photographed, and you don't want to be watching what happens from behind the camera lens. You want to be in those photos with your loved ones. That's what Harvey Photography is for. Harvey Photography is there for all your life's biggest moments. Weddings, baby showers, first birthdays, 50th anniversaries, moments that are captured and treasured with photography by Harvey Photography. Call Harvey Photography today at 208-568-1123.
The people at the St. Joe Valley Credit Union are your friends, your neighbors. And when you look to the St. Joe Valley Credit Union for more affordable financing, what you're doing is investing in the confidence you have in the people you know. Confidence in the responsible professional money experts at the St. Joe Valley Credit Union, where they've been serving our community since 1959. St. Joe Valley Credit Union, where others have their branches, we have our roots.
This institution is not federally insured. Each member's account is insured to a maximum of $250,000 by American Share Insurance.
Hey, St. Mary's, tired of chronic pain? Frustrated with fatigue?
Yeah.
Medicine doing nothing? We have in our midst a chiropractic.
Oh, he plays for
with
Moscow.
credentials second to none. Dr. Kirk Parge holds 2 doctorates, 1 diplomate, and 4 postgraduate certifications.
Oh, we need to get him to come to St. Mary's.
Thinks beyond the box with 30 years of experience in both alternative and traditional health disciplines. He even does TOT physicals.
Make your appointment today by calling 208-772-6500. That's 208-772-6500. Common Sense Chiropractic in St. Mary's.
Tired of long load times, freezes, and restarts? Before you decide to replace that PC or laptop, let Joseph Doherty of Mend Your Computer Services take a look at it. Specializing in adware, spyware, and BIOS removal, as well as hardware installation and removal, and data transfers and recovery, Mend Your Computer Services can renew your computer's performance. So before you spend big money on a new PC, call Joseph at Mend Your Computer Services at 208-245-0573. That's Mend Your Computer Services in St. Mary's. Give them a call, 245-0573.
P1FCU gives you the freedom of control. Lost or stolen debit card? You
And we are back. St. Mary's weathers the storm from Grangeville as the Lumberjacks pull out a close one, 39-30. And holy smokes, Clark, what a ball game that one was.
Well, you got what we call playoff. When we have playoff, that's what we get. And St. Mary's had a little bit of the nerves throughout the game, but they prevailed. They shot well at the free throw line up until the last minute.
Yeah.
And even then, that's not anything to cry about. They played very well at the end. They clamped down on the defense again. All of a sudden, Grangeville wasn't getting second opportunity shots anymore.
Yep, now Grangeville or St. Mary's has put the pressure on to Grangeville for tomorrow's game. A little bit of pressure off of St. Mary's and more pressure put onto the Bulldogs as far as that goes. Taking a look at the scoring by the quarter, St. Mary's did hold Grangeville to single digits all 4 quarters. 8 in the first, 5 in the second, 8 in the third, and 9 in the fourth. Lumberjacks 13 in the first, 10 in the second, 6 in the third, and 10 in the fourth to come up with the 39-30 final. The shooting, 11 of 36 for the Bulldogs for 30%, 13 of 33 for St. Mary's for 39%. 3-point shots, 3 for 10 for Grangeville, 2 of 9 for St. Mary's. Free throws, 5 of 7. Grangeville actually bounced back They shot 71% from the charity stripe. St. Mary's 11 of 17 for 64%. Rebounds, it was even at half, but Grangeville out-rebounded St. Mary's in the second half, 26-19. 10 offensive and 16 defensive for Grangeville, 4 offensive and 15 defensive for the Lumberjacks. 8 assists for St. Mary's, 5 for Grangeville, 4 steals for Grangeville, 7 for St. Mary's, 3 block shots for the Lumberjacks. St. Mary's with just 11 turnovers, Grangeville with 12. 16 personal fouls by the Bulldogs, 13 for St. Mary's. 8 points off the bench for the Lumberjacks, which is actually not a bad number. 6 second chance points for St. Mary's, 5 second chance points for Grangeville, all those in the second half. 9 points off of turnovers for St. Mary's, 2 points off of turnovers for the Bulldogs. Individually for Grangeville, Clark, who
Well, it was Kyle Fry with 14 points tonight for Grangeville, followed by Aiden Anderson with 5. It looks like Jared Lindsley with 3, Dane Lindsley with 2, Blake Shue with 2, and Miles Lefevre with 2. And that adds up to their 30 points.
All right. For the Lumberjacks, Randy Bechtel leading the charge. He had 10 points to go with 4 rebounds, an assist, and a steal. Coleman Ross had 6 points with 5 rebounds and a steal. Gibson had 6 points with 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. Brett Stansel had 5 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and a block shot. 4 points for Tristan Gentry. He had 2 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, and a block shot. 4 points for Colby Renner. He had a couple of rebounds and a block. Grayson Sands put up 4 points. He had a steal and an assist. And that is the individual numbers for St. Mary's. What does St. Mary's need to do tomorrow to win this thing, Clark?
I think they still need to play very well on defense, execute a little better on the offensive end in the game, and I think they will come out with a W like they need to, so we don't have to come back here on Wednesday night.
That would be nice.
It certainly would.
So we'll revisit the what do they need to do's tomorrow as well. Same time here tomorrow night, 6 o'clock. And the Lumberjacks taking on Grangeville in hopefully the second and final game of districts this year. For Clark, thanks for driving up here, really, and coming along.
We'll do it again tomorrow, same time, same place.
Sandra and Angela doing a little bit of double duty on the board this evening. Good job by you guys. Thank you. Everybody else out there in St. Mary's and everywhere else that might be listening, have a great evening, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.